Bring it in. Bring it in, boys. That, yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know, straight enough. Fix it in post, Chris.
Not bad.
Fix it in post.
Fix it in post, Matt. Fix it in post.
Oh shit, this is my episode, isn't it? I'm eating this last one.
Oh, you go for it. Is it up to date?
The video card?
No. Google.
Oh, I thought it did that on its own, so that's where we're at
I
with
think
that.
usually it does, but
They're like the biggest company in the world, right? They should be able to like auto update their shit.
yeah.
All right, start recording screen cap. Got red lights going.
We got mics on?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Hang on. Hold on.
I was like, I ain't heard myself, but that's
I'm gonna
because I
check.
ain't got no headphones on.
Yeah, I was the same way until I put mine on. Yeah, it looks like everything's going there.
Okay.
Everything's going there.
Yeah.
Everything's going there. Off we go.
Welcome back to the Middle East.
It's
No.
Whoa.
Oh, we gonna be making some brake pads today.
That's how we're starting. It's
Coming in hot.
It's Wednesday for us. What? You guys don't shoot on Wednesdays? Well, some weeks we do because on some weeks Halloween falls on a Monday. So this week for us, Halloween was on Monday.
Yes.
For you guys, that was last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that by the time this comes out. So, yeah. So anyways, so we're shooting on Wednesday. It doesn't matter for you guys because you're watching this on a whatever day. It doesn't matter. Thursday or something. I don't know. On the screen, we're going to watch something a little different today. We're going to watch how carbon fiber brake pads are made in a local factory. / how car brake pads are recycled in Pakistan.
Yeah.
That's like every...
That's the whole title.
That's the whole
All
title.
of it.
That's you get 100 characters in your title. I'm pretty sure that's 100 characters right there. They filled in
Pretty
the
close.
entire thing.
They even put the 2 bars, okay?
So this is a little bit longer video. You might see like little slices in here because Chris said he's watched some of this or all of it or something like that.
I've watched. My boss was the one who actually showed this to me.
So you may see some slices in here because there's apparently parts that they just kind of drone for a little while, so there's not going to be much going on. Like, okay, they started a fire, then the fire has to heat up. It takes fire a little while to get really hot. You know what I mean? Build coals and all that shit. So
when they edited this over in Pakistan, okay, they didn't know too much about editing.
This is
they
their
just kind of
studio.
set up a camera
we're looking at
and
their
let it
studio
roll.
right now.
So,
you know what I mean? So anyways. With that, I've never seen how this process is done before. You kind of explained it a little bit to me last night, and it is
something else.
It sounds bizarre.
It is
from what
here's the reality of it. Okay, are brake pads made the same way? Yes. Just because they're doing it in an alley, does that diminish the quality? Maybe. But it's the same process to build it in a factory.
Zildjian Cymbals, the cymbal brand, I'm pretty sure they started somewhere.
Well, Apple started in a garage.
Microsoft. That's why they're called hand-hammered cymbals, is because, like, back in the day, man, it was literally a dude with a hammer hammering out a big piece of brass or whatever and just making it the dimensions it needed to be and making it sound right. So, like, yeah, that shit happens by hand. So, just because it's in an alley doesn't mean it's any less quality, man. It's the same process is the same process, right?
It could be. I mean, we don't know.
That's very true also. It
has yet to be tested.
Can't give them the benefit of the doubt right off the bat. It's just the kind of person I am, okay? That's just, anyway.
Because I'll tell you this, I put a lot of shitty Napa brake pads, okay, on some cars.
I'm pretty sure
the
brake pads and rotors on the front of my car were shit from the factory because they've never worked well. And I got it. It's like an Amazon package thing, so I should.
Oh yeah, but probably maybe come from these guys.
It's very possible. So let's find out. Like, comment, subscribe. In comes the video. Here we go.
Monitors down.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool deal.
Oh my God. Hang on. Where's the volume?
What just happened?
I didn't have control of the volume for a second.
Oh, okay.
So now we're on volume
Yeah, so this is
control.
their workspace. They're going to build them a fire. Okay, they're getting all the cardboard. Recycling, guys. Recycling the cardboard. And some wood and shit.
Like some balsa wood or something. Like laminate flooring.
Right. So there's the apprentice there. Okay, he got all the brake pads. Went to every shop in town. Got all them brake pads. Yeah, he's putting them on there with the pad side down, I believe.
This dude just building a log cabin fire style of brake pads right now.
Well, right now, he's putting the base layer to his lasagna, okay? The base layer. And yeah, they're like different. I mean, a lot of them look like Toyotas to me, but... I mean, they're, you know, Toyota Corollas, Tundras.
Yeah.
Like, I see a couple different... Maybe not Tundras, but Tacomas. Like, they're all different types of brake pads.
There's so many. And those aren't light either. That bag that dude was carrying, that was a heavy bag, bro.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like brake pads and brake discs and rotors and shit. Man,
They get heavy quick.
it always surprises me when you go to buy a fresh set at the counter, you know, and they hand the boxes over, and
Yeah.
it's just two little white square boxes, you know, and you're like, okay. And then you go to move them, and you're like, whoa, hold up a second.
Yeah.
Like, kind of the same thing with car batteries. Like, even small car batteries are kind of heavy, like
Yeah.
heavier than you expect. Like, you expect to just be like, oh, you know, just pick that up, and it's like,
What
it'll
was it
drop
I
off
was
the
doing?
counter, like, oh.
Like old Ford pickup rotors, right? Because those are the ones where the bearings are all encased inside the brake rotors.
Oh, yeah.
God, I hate those because every time I get them, it seemed like every Napa employee over here dropped them down a flight of stairs because they're too heavy. Like, so I get the box all
Oh,
tore
and it's
up.
just
I'm like,
messed up. Yeah, you're like, okay.
whatever. You can't even carry it in the box.
Why are they
anymore.
even in the box, dude? Just
Yeah.
bring me the thing, whatever, man.
For real. You got me a hole.
Man, he's got so many brake pads there.
Yeah.
And there's got to be some sort of... Now, I don't know what the emissions laws and things like that are in Pakistan or wherever they may happen to be.
They lighting off bombs over there all the time, so like, who kind of cares?
That's like... I'm like, there's got to be some sort of thing when you're lighting up a bunch of metal and just burning the shit out of it. It's letting something into the air, right? I mean,
welcome to a third world country, bro.
Right? I don't know, dude.
Yeah, but look how bad some of those are, man.
Some of them are like just down to the metal.
Yeah.
There's no pad left. It's all metal.
The fire's a great way to clean that metal, for sure.
Get it hot enough, man.
Yeah. Coke bottle of gas. So there's that emissions you were talking about. The EPA is
They're
present.
They're
okay?
hot on the spot with this
yeah,
one.
Yeah. Don't call OSHA, okay?
Shit, he used the bag that he brought him in.
Mm-hmm. So at this point, we'll probably skip forward here a little bit. We'll see you guys in just a moment.
Yeah, because I'm watching this. This is...
Yeah.
But it's just going to be a time lapse.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Cook them till crisp.
Like, literally cooking the shit out of those things.
That's got to smell like shit, dude.
That's what I'm
Has
saying.
to.
Like, and it's got to be releasing something into the air, man. Like, there's got to be some sort of violation happening here, okay? At least one. Just keep feeding the fire, man. Oh, okay.
Yeah, cook the tops of it,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay. So they all look relatively the same to me. Some of them
Yes.
obviously have become a much more brittle and they've like broken and stuff like that. But I mean, for the most part, they all is that kind of what it did? It just made them real soft.
That's the idea. Is they want to cook the brake pads so that way it becomes, I guess, more brittle.
You can break it up easier.
But then the other thing too is the adhesive or the glue that holds that brake pad to it. They boiled all that off.
Okay, that makes
so
sense.
So basically, they'll be able to pull it off, clean everything.
Okay.
And
okay.
It should be good to go.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, let those cool down a little bit, okay?
Yeah, them's gonna be hot.
Now look at that dude's rake. Oh, his rake broke.
OSHA approved. OSHA approved rake. Oh, look at that guy's rake. Oh, his rake broke. After 30 minutes later.
Yeah, so look, he just hit the back of them and they come right off.
Ah.
Yeah.
Damn. So he just wants the material, the brake material itself.
Yeah. Well, he's going to save the backs,
Reuse
too.
the brackets, yeah.
Yeah. Crazy, man. All these guys out here doing this shit in sandals, too.
Always,
Can you
man.
imagine how many times they drop something on their foot?
Dude's just got a grinding wheel hooked up to the brick wall outside. It's getting power somehow. I don't... It's straight up like... Look at... You can... It's like... The
It's
power's like running... It's like wired into the
spliced
building.
into his neighbor's house, like...
Someone call OSHA right now.
Oh god! And it looks like he got like a little box on there for like maybe a resistor or a fuse of some sort.
It's probably just his on-off switch. He probably just wired in a lamp switch, and it's just his
maybe.
fucking clicker
Just
to turn it
click.
on and off. There you go.
That very well could be true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's an aggressive wheel.
I was
too.
gonna say that's gotta be, dude, because that's cleaning them in like a couple passes, dude.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
He's like, I'll take a business call while I'm showing this. Huh? Whatever.
एक नुक्कड़ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ नुक्कड़ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਾਲੀ
It's like Jason talking on the phone.
ਆਹੋ
sometimes.
ਉਹਦੀ ਵੀ ਹੋਈ ਗੱਲ
And so they got this little kind of oil thing they put on there.
Okay.
Like
Like a preservative or something?
It's some type of binder is the best thing that me and Jason could figure
Okay,
out.
okay.
So this is all the.
So this is
So all this dust.
this is the pure Colombian.
is the yeah. Breaking crab. So that's where the 11 billion crabs went.
Oh, that's where they are. It's even pink,
Yeah,
dude. That's
right
that's
there.
where they're at, right there. God.
But this is the material that makes up the pad of your brake pad itself.
Okay.
So some of this I imagine is new material. Some of it I imagine is just the ground up old stuff.
Yeah, they had to have
So-
like just burned all that shit back up and
Yeah.
then broke it down again.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah.
easy ਹੋ ਕੇ ਬਣਾ ਲਓ
And they measure it out per pad.
ਹਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ
Damn. Okay.
ਪੁੱਤਰ ਮਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਪੈਕ ਕਰੋ
Gotta get the right weight, man.
ਫਿਰ ਘੰਟਾ ਡੇਢ ਫਿਰ ਕੋਈ ਮਸਲਾ ਨਹੀਂ
They're crazy,
ਪੂਰਾ
man.
ਇੱਕ ਘੰਟਾ ਤੇਰੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਛੁੱਟੀ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਆ ਰਹੇ
Almost work over here. I gotta put dip in.
I'll get a drink going here.
6.1? 2?
6.2 grams. Grams? Ounces? Oh,
I
I don't know.
Now, he's going to go ahead and oil up his...
Oh, that's like his template or
Yeah.
whatever. His mold.
Yeah, he's going to put his lubricant on there.
Ah, that's how they do. Okay. All right.
What is that? 4 of them at a time.
Yep.
So you do one set. Think about that. He's making one set per car
Yeah.
right now. All of this work leads up to one set
One
of brake
set
pads.
of brake pads. And just for the front.
Yeah.
That's
not all 4. That's
yeah,
just the
a
front.
lot of cars have disc in the back now. So like,
He pours in. He's going to go ahead and butter them up.
get some wax on there.
Does hydraulic press.
Dude, what? Hydraulic presses are crazy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that Facebook channel or YouTube? I don't know
Oh,
what it
yeah,
is.
where the guy just crushes all sorts of
Whatever
random
it is,
shit.
dude, you're just gonna throw it in
That's
there. We're gonna
such a
slow
cool
motion
idea.
crush it, dude. It's such a great idea for content.
Yeah.
Your options are literally endless.
Yeah. You
Anything.
could literally put anything.
And and it's cool from like a company perspective too, because like even thinking about a GoPro, like putting a GoPro in a hydraulic press, dude, would be gnarly to watch, and GoPro would probably be like, yeah, we'll give you one.
Yeah.
Like throw our name in your video and say it's sponsored by GoPro.
In fact, you know what? Go ahead and put a card in there. Go ahead and have it record it being crushed and see what it looks like.
See what happens. Yeah. See when it stops transmitting or whatever. Yeah. See, boom.
That's
You
a
heard
good
it here
idea.
first. 307 Rex.
Go ahead and press it. It looked like he right around 20 tons or so. It might be more than that. It's a lot of pressure.
That's a big press too.
So then 2 minutes later.
Are we going again? Or are we taking it out? Oh, we're taking it out. Okay. And that was overheat the whole time too, right?
I
Or was
believe
it?
so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
overheat. Yeah.
It's so crazy looking, dude.
What?
Yeah. And he's gonna scuff them up.
Throw them back in the dirt. Okay. And then he's putting the saw cut in the middle of them, huh?
Yep.
Ah.
That is a wear indicator, is what that mark is.
That's what that is. So when it gets down to the bottom of that line, time to replace, right?
Oh, when it gets, usually by the time you get to the bottom of that line, your squealer's
You're
already
rubbing?
been telling you
okay.
for a while.
Okay, I got you.
But not all brake pads come with squealers.
So
they
okay.
have that little line, and if you can look between the caliper and see that little line, you're still good for now.
I see. Okay.
And see, that's what we're talking about, that line right down
Yeah,
the middle.
yeah. I guess you're right. I didn't realize how far down the cut was until,
Yeah,
I've
it
never
doesn't
really-
go all the way down to the
Yeah,
bottom.
well, it's pretty close. So you're right. I mean, if you're at that point,
It's time to call somebody.
It's time to
okay?
take it in, yeah, or park it and get it up on some jack stands
Yeah.
because you need to get some work done.
I gotta imagine that guy just coughs up that black shit all day.
Oh man,
Oh, God. Look at all them. Oh, God, dude. Fucking heavy ass brake
that's
pads.
so heavy. Okay, and then what?
I don't exactly know what that is. Some type of something.
Is it like do you think it's like an adhesive for the back of them so that it doesn't?
Well, I don't think so because he's got them stacked on
Well,
top of each other. You would think the brake pads would just kind
they'd
of
stick to each
glue
other.
to
and
each
shit.
other.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah.
Some part of the process I don't understand here.
Yeah, weird.
Because then he's gonna grind it back up. Oh, you know what? I bet you it's to make sure he grinds it straight, right? Because at the back of it's not flat.
Oh, it's an
So
indicator.
so he just puts it on there, and when he puts it on there, there should only be 2 circles in the middle.
That should be what's left.
Yeah.
Yep, that makes
Okay.
that makes
That
sense.
makes sense.
That would be yep. I bet there's at least a few people in the comments who already told us that, and
Yeah.
then we figured it out a few seconds later. Sorry, commenters, but it takes us a few extra seconds sometimes. We got it though. I'd be willing to bet that's what it is.
God, dude. A monotonous job.
So many grinder setups.
Looks like the same grinder is just changing out the wheels.
Maybe, yeah. Like, ah, so heavy.
Got him a nice polo shirt. Working. He has some black spray paint.
Shit, that is what that is, huh?
Yep.
I feel like this guy wanted to custom paint cars at one point in his life. and
Right.
Maybe this is as close as he got.
That attention to detail is what makes those brake pads sell. Because if they didn't sell, he wouldn't do it. Right?
That's fair. That's fair. My question for this process here is what happens with the, because obviously the top brake pads of each one of these sets has paint on it now. So they're going to come back
They
through
just take
and
it to a grinding
grind
wheel.
it back off of there. Just grind off a small layer real quick.
So here's a tech tip of the day. If you have some squeaky brakes, but you take your wheels off, you look at them, you're like, well, I have plenty of brake pad left. Here's what you do. If you have one of those electric buffers, right? Not like a big one, but like a little handheld, you can put a roll-lock wheel into. The little red roll-lock wheels, or even I think the blues are a smaller grit.
Grab your Dremel tool and a sandpaper wheel. And
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, you can take, and you'll notice you take the brake pads off, they're kind of glazed. They feel like glass. If you can take that tool and rub that glass part out of there where it feels like a brake pad again,
okay.
and then just do the same thing to your rotors.
Yeah.
You don't want to get crazy on your rotors, okay? But just scuff them up a little bit front and
They're
back.
supposed to feel a little scratchy. They're supposed to feel
then-
like a little, they're supposed to feel a little frictiony when you rub your hands over them.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be glossy and glassy.
Yeah.
That's
well,
why they're
across the brake pad. But the
Brake pad,
rotor,
yeah.
rotor, you'll notice there'll be like a, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. If you can take your finger and press it across it, and it sounds like, when you take your hand and put it on a piece of glass that's just been cleaned, you get that.
like a window streak.
If you get that on a rotor, that's not good.
Ah.
So you take that, buff up that rotor a little bit, and if you can run your finger across it and it doesn't make noise, it's good. Because what's happening is your brake pad and your rotor are glossed from heat, which means you need to lay out the brakes a little bit, not hit them so hard. But they vibrate against each other instead of like the friction still works to stop you. But because they're both kind of glossy, glassy surfaces, they vibrate and hum. And that's where you get that brake squeal from when your brakes are perfectly fine.
Look at that. Tech tip for the day.
Yeah.
You were right. You nailed it. He's like really making sure, dude.
Getting in there.
Yeah.
Attention to detail is everything.
It's like his third pass, dude. You look pretty good.
Let them all dry out.
Yeah.
चाचा ने सब लेना है
Are they gonna cook them again?
No, I think they're gonna paint the bags. If I remember
ये ना होगा हमारी
correctly.
शॉप
This guy here, the bald guy, he kind of seems like that guy at every shop that he's just the old timer that like knows all the tricks.
Yeah,
right.
he knows all the shit.
You're like, bro, I can't get this to work. It'd be like, let me show you something.
He's the guy that like, yeah, you've been working on something for a while, and like,
And he watching you from across the shop,
he's
just
been watching.
struggle.
He's been watching, and then after a while, he sees you fucking give up. He walks over, he's like, struggling with that? You're like, dude, this thing has been kicking my ass, and he's like, yeah, if you get up here and do,
He's like, look, this is the line. Let me show you an old school trick. Okay, that's the line every time.
and then
you an old school
in
trick.
30 seconds, he's got your problem fixed.
Yeah.
You've been working on for over an hour
Dude,
or so.
I got to pull that on Mason the other day. I was like, let me show you an old school trick, right?
Nice.
He's like, dude, I can't get this bolt off. I go, so you're replacing tie rod, right? He goes, yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. So I grabbed my cutoff wheel, and so what'll happen with the tie rod end sometimes is it comes down through the knuckle, has a stud, and then you have a nut that goes onto that. Well, sometimes when you go to take it off, you try to spin that nut, and it'll just spin the joint on the inside of that, and it's just stuck. So what you do is you take your cutoff wheel, and instead of cutting the stud off, because you can't ever get it flush, okay, what you're going to do is instead cut it in half and cut the nut in half, knock both sides of the nut off, and just pull it out.
There you go.
So I was like, let me show you something. Old school trick. Wah! Pink, pink. There you go.
Nice.
He's like, oh, shit, dude. Okay, that's why you're just over there cutting shit all the time. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Shit, what did we do when we did the shocks in my car? I was like, I'm just going to cut this thing really quick.
Let me show you an old school trick. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's got the paint gun fired up again. Into the oven they go.
I'm not sure it's an oven.
Probably just a drying rack.
Yeah. Just keep the dust and shit off of them.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it is an oven.
Looks like it is an oven, Bubs.
Nice. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and turn on the gas there.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We're going to cook that shit.
Looks like an old refrigerator roll.
It does.
5 hours later.
Dang.
Back over to the grinding wheel, I see.
Yep. Back to square one, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that is crazy.
Right?
Yeah, Diamond.
He puts it as adhesive on there, his little sticker.
Huh. Diamond brake pads, huh?
अच्छा जहाँ फर्स्ट माल देता है हमारा छोटा भाई दुकान और कलाकंद
I'd love to get a set and see how they perform. Like,
नहीं की क्या बनाने ना की गल की हुई
he stacks them into full sets.
Huh.
इस एरिया में
They got legit boxes and everything, man.
Yeah. Man, that's just crazy.
वो पैकिंग कर दो थोड़ी सी वो कंजे पत्थर बनाई वीडियो मेरे वायरल होना
Huh.
It's all in English, too,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Well, okay. All right. That is a crazy process.
Yeah.
I had no idea that much went into it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like from the whole beginning process, dude. You just, like they just started a bunch of brake pads
Yeah.
on fire, and then broke them all,
Yeah.
and then rebuilt them.
Dude, it's like...
I would be very interested to know. Let's see. I was gonna say I want to see if they had a link for it, but not quite sure how I feel about this. It's impressive these men make brake pads pretty much by hand, but it's such a great cost to the environment and most importantly to their health. Yeah. That's where we were at too. Like,
Oh, here we go. If a YouTube tester could get a hold of these pads and compare their performance, hey, we're the guys, okay? You can't compare them against Brembo. though.
I don't think you can compare anything
No.
against. That's like race style shit. Like,
Yeah, that's a completely different
I
composition.
assume these are more like general use, like
like
Toyota Corolla brake pads.
Like I would compare these against the Napa Silent Guards, or I would even go, okay, Napa's premium brand.
Yeah,
I
sure.
would compare them against those
yeah,
and see
how they do.
see
Or
how
like
they do. Yeah.
find out. I wanted to find out how much they cost. Like find how much they cost, and then find the comparable version of Napa or
Yeah.
O'Reilly or whatever brake pads,
Yeah.
and see how they compare. See how they stack up.
Yeah.
I think that would be a cool test.
I'm gonna do a little bit of research, see if I can get my hands on some.
If you can,
okay?
I mean,
And we'll go ahead and slap them in the old Toyota.
I was gonna say, we
because
can-
I doubt they make them for a Chevy.
probably that
okay?
looks like. I was going to ask you about that too.
They
What
look
do you-
like Toyota, Honda. Type
They look like
brake
small
pads.
pads, so like
Yeah.
not nothing big. And what do you think? Do you think they like? How do you think they? Do you think they make more than one size, or do you think they just specify in that one size? And also,
I think
follow up
whatever
question.
they get is
I guess you're right. Yeah. Follow up question.
yeah.
What, like, do a lot of vehicles take the same size brake pads?
Yeah.
Like, is it a pretty common thing? Like, I know there are a billion options probably, but like,
Typically, where you have a discrepancy is the rotors, right? So, like for instance, we were working on a Ford Explorer the other day. Brake pads exactly the same, okay, but they have 4 different options for the rotors.
geez.
Okay, so the brake pads are the same for this car. It doesn't matter which rotors you get.
Okay.
But you have to make sure you order the correct rotors.
Okay.
Because
Because the calipers don't change; it's the rotor that's changing between.
I mean, the caliper does
I guess
change
you're right,
because it has to adapt to the height or the depth of the rotor or whatever the case may be. Or, even rotors now, like on that Explorer, have a negative or positive offset, like a wheel. I mean, it's crazy. But, so yeah, I mean, are brake pads universal? No. But like, let's say a 92 Acura Integra and a 92 Honda Civic, they probably take the same brake pad.
Probably, right? I mean,
So-
yeah, you're looking like
Pretty close.
same model class kind of genre. You're probably
Yeah,
looking like
like
across the board.
Toyota Corolla and a Toyota
Camry,
Camry and a Toyota Avalon all may take the same brake pad, but a different brake rotor
different
for
rotor.
each one.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because
okay.
with the rotor, you have to calculate the hub size, the way the maybe the Camry is a 4-lug and the Avalon's a 5-lug. I mean, so
That's
the rotor's where it really, really differs.
I would like to. I think it would be interesting also to compare this to like a professional factory made set of brakes and see the differences in the process, and like watch a bunch of machines do it. So maybe we can find a video like that on the internet and like do a comparison video to this one or something like that. I think that would be super interesting also to see it done on a large scale. Because like you said, these guys are in here doing it with a fucking 4-piece mold, dude. Like the one guy has one 4-piece mold at a time, and he's pressing that shit out
man. One car at a time.
2 minutes at a time, dude. Fucking mold, one mold. Like, it's crazy. So, I would like to see it on a big scale, too.
The one thing I got to say is, like, we're really fortunate that we live in the place that we do.
For
right?
sure, yeah.
Because, I mean, these guys, here's the thing. America has so many opportunities to become successful at whatever, right? These guys probably just happened to come across this knowledge somehow, or at least one guy got a couple of his buddies together. He's like, hey, man, like, we can maybe do something with this.
We can turn out brakes, dude. But
here's the thing. The amount of work that they put into it, there's no way that the pay outweighs the work.
It can't be. Just for heating those brake pads up alone, dude. They waited. How long did they have to cook that fire for just to get those brake pads heated up, dude?
Oh, I'd probably say about an hour.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so there's an hour of your day right there. Is literally
and then there's
just
5 hours at the end when you're baking
cooking
them
a
again.
fire, and then you have to recook them at the end for 5 hours, and then after that you have to go in and regrind them, and like then that's before you even get to boxing. Like,
yeah.
So yeah, it's a long day for sure.
Yeah.
If they do it all in a day, it's a very long day. And if they're doing it over 2 days, I don't. The pay is probably not there. The pay is probably not there.
But I mean that's the thing. So many people here want to complain about what they get paid. Well, the minimum wage needs to blah blah blah. My dude, you pour coffee. Okay, these guys probably aren't even making anything close to $15 an hour.
Yeah, no.
Doing all of the. They're putting their health at risk.
You see how young that one kid was, dude?
Yeah.
He might not be making money at all, bro. He might just be like, this is mom and dad's shop, and this is where I go.
This is what I do.
What
when
I do
dad
for my
dies, this is where I'm gonna make money. Like
that's how that shit works. So who knows? Man?
I mean, this number one brought a lot of things to light for me. Number one, we're really fortunate where we live, right? Because I mean, this type of work where we live. Let's just say in the United States there was somebody doing this. They're getting paid a lot of money for it. Okay, I have no doubt that these guys don't get paid a whole bunch.
Well, and not even a lot of money. Like those people that are doing it here are getting paid a lot of money. They have insurance, they have benefits, they have vacation hours,
mats.
Yeah, exactly. They have the required tools for the job. And plus and then some. These guys don't have any of that.
I didn't see a fire extinguisher. I saw maybe 2 sets of gloves among all of them.
There's not a single steel toe in this entire facility. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. All right.
But I mean, we're really fortunate to be in the place that we are, and there are people all around the world in these, what would be considered third world countries, working their asses off, and if people here in the U.S. who had such a fortunate life put in half the work ethic that these guys do on a daily, God, man, imagine where they would be. Like,
yeah, man, it's not easy work. Could you imagine grinding down 900 brake pads the same exact way on a wheel?
Yeah.
Like, after you do that for a certain amount of time, your fingers literally stay in that position, and they cramp so it hurts so bad to move them. Like, and that kid already, I feel for that kid, man. He's just like already turning brake pads the same exact way every time he gets it in this configuration and does it, and then gets it.
Been doing it a long time.
He's already been doing that. At a certain point, that kid's fingers are going to be so worthless to him, man. And it's going to happen way too early. It's unfortunate. Same thing with like the oil field, man. That the oil field does that shit to people too. Like,
that's the thing, man. They get those benefits,
but they get money in the oil field out there. Yeah, so like, at least those guys are getting money. That kid's not. I highly doubt that kid's making that much money, if any at all. You know what I mean? Regardless, still a crazy video. What a wild process. I'm sure that's like the general process for how brake pads are made. It just differs.
I mean, here's the thing. Let's say that they sell them to a chain store, right? Let's say they sold their brake pads to O'Reilly's, okay? O'Reilly's, for a set of brake pads, you're looking at $34, $40.
Yeah, that's about what it is. Yeah.
Now, typically, those guys, they always, not always, but in my experience from what I've known with the places who have told me the information, they typically mark them up by 2, right? So if they're paying 40, or if they're charging you $40, they pay $20 for it, right?
Yeah.
And then they still have to freight them in. They still have to do all this other stuff, right? So these guys probably are only making, I mean, by the time their lights are paid, their bills are paid, the employees are paid, they're making what, $1 a box, maybe?
Who knows?
Like,
Who knows,
dude?
man?
It's crazy.
It really depends on what they're selling them for and who's buying them from them.
Yeah.
To be honest, like that's that. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And then, like you said,
and I'm talking profits.
right. That's
Like-
what I was gonna say. And then you have to pay for all your overhead before you actually get paid too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Maybe $1 a box. Like,
you know,
dude,
they're
that's
they're not
crazy.
expensive brake pads. That's just the way of the world. They're just
Yeah.
they're just not expensive. Like they're not made in America. It's an overseas thing. There's a reason that shit's overseas, and we're buying them overseas is because we can get them made
They're
cheap.
cheap.
So unfortunately, we're not. This is not like a.
Like, oh, we're bashing on the
No,
the
this
dudes
isn't.
in the alley.
No,
I mean,
this isn't like a fucking Greta Thunberg thing or whatever. We're not like
Yeah.
trying to be some weird like save the world or whatever kind of campaign.
it-
We're
it-
just
it's
we
just
just wanted
a-
to see how some dudes are making brake pads, and it's
Yeah.
fucking wild. I can't believe it. Like,
I mean, the biggest thing is be thankful for what you got. 'Cause
Yeah,
you ain't
yeah,
out there
definitely.
doing this.
yep,
Like,
yeah, because
dude.
as like organized as it seems to watch them do this in a video, it's a fucking it's a rough work environment for sure.
Yeah.
Like this is a very dangerous work environment and very rough for sure. So
Yeah,
probably
and-
no breaks, man.
and I'll tell you this: if you get hurt on the where it's
Where you
fucking
gonna go?
Pakistan, where are you gonna go?
Where you gonna go,
Like,
dude? Go to the hose and get some bandages and get back to work. That's
yeah, dude, it's wild, man.
so. Anyways,
Anyway,
that was insane. I
yeah.
would like to compare it to like a how it's made of brake pads in a big
Yeah.
factory setting, and just kind of like review the
Oh
two,
god,
and then
dude,
like
they probably have a big thing that prints out 200 or
I bet it's so cool to
2,000
watch.
at a time.
I bet it's
like,
so cool to watch.
yeah.
They just have these giant economy molds that just fucking press out this big
Yeah.
thing, and yeah, I bet it's amazing. We should check
Oh,
that out.
God.
We should check that out. I
Yeah.
would be down to do that. In
Well,
the
anyway,
meantime, that was awesome.
If you guys like this video as much as we did, leave a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, click the bell, become part of the notification gang. And if you guys happen to find a link to buy these brake pads, leave it down in the comments below.
Diamond
we'll
brake
check
pads.
it out.
Yeah,
So,
we'll take a look, and
Yeah.
then hey, we'll throw it on Patreon, and
Yeah.
we'll do the whole experiment over there. It'd be great content for our Patreon.
oh,
so,
for sure.
Yeah. Anyways,
But, anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Bow.
Patreon.
Yeah, dude, this shit's fucking crazy.
Wild.
I was like, fuck, dude, those look just like the Napa pads.